We have this Merry Christmas gnome cut out, and I'm going to start by taking all the small pieces aside and putting them on a painter's tape. And this is just going to help me keep everything organized so I don't lose any pieces. And the tape actually helps with the painting as well, especially when you're dealing with small pieces. And I just dismantled down to the base. And I'm going to start by painting the top portion and the bottom portion in Republic Red. You can see the scoring where you need to stop and start. You guys may have a hard time seeing that, but there is a scoring, a line. And then I'm going to do Republic Red on the top of the gnome's head. And that's his hat area. I'm going to do the word believe. And then I'm going to do his full beard in Snow Owl. And then I'm going to do his hat and his mustache in Snow Owl as well. And the pom-pom for his hat and the snowflake. I'm using dabbers from the Dollar Tree. These just help me with not using too much paint. And I try to do a dabbing motion and it seems to cover quite well. And now I'm doing Snow Owl on these two scalloped trims. I'm going to take this holly leaf and I'm going to paint this in our dried thyme. Then I'm going to hit the nose and the hands with Snow Owl and then go in with a paintbrush with a very small amount of Republic Red, just to give it a pinkish tone. I'm going to go in with Republic Red into the berries on my holly branch here. I'm going to do the dried thyme on the word Christmas and Merry. And then goldenrod on the star. At this point, you want to make sure everything dries very well before we start gluing things together. The last piece I'm going to do is the center, this black portion. I do want to apologize. My video had cut off, but I took the black portion and put it in between that scoring with our stick fast, and then I did the scallops on the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to glue the pom-pom to the tip of his hat. And I'm just taking some black from a dabber. You don't want a lot of paint. You just want this to be very dry. And I'm just going around the edges of the beard and the hat and the mustache. And this is just a nice way of bringing interest to your project. And now I'm going to glue the hat rim and the mustache. I'm going to hit the nose with that black around the edge and then glue that down. I'm going to glue down the snowflake. I'm going to do the black around the star, around the hands. And then I'm going to glue the hands to the star. And with this black dabber, I'm not really going back and adding more paint. I'm just using whatever's residual on the dabber at this point. I'm going to glue the word believe. And then glue the star to my gnome. I'm going to go back to my plaque. And you can see the scoring for where to place the words Merry and Christmas. So I like to start by laying them out, and then you just need a very little bit of glue. I always keep a Q-tip nearby in case the glue is excessive, but just try to do little small dabs. You do not need a lot. As you can see, I did take some white paint from a dabber and just scoot it across the top half of my wording, the Merry and the Christmas. And guys, feel free to use your own creativity. You don't have to do things exactly the way I do, but feel free to also follow along. And I did that with the Christmas as well. You could see I just did that dry brushing, just the middle up. I glued my gnome, and then I took my white Sharpie marker and went around the edges of the holly branches, and then did the line in the middle of the branch, and then glued that to his hat. And then I'm just doing some highlights with my Sharpie marker. This has the brush tip. I'm going to add a hanger. Thank you so much for your purchase, and have a Merry Christmas.